What's good, y'all? Welcome to V's Game Chat, the weekly news show on this channel, and let's not waste any time, let's dive into the news. The Fallout TV show has a bit of a controversy going on around it. I've yet to watch this show, and to avoid spoilers, it's been kind of tricky to get this story, but I'm going to try my best to tell you guys about this story. Apparently, some events in the show seemingly retcon events in previous Fallout games, like New Vegas. Todd Howard, however, has come out and tried to explain away the concerns and basically say, no, we did not retcon the lore, and here's where I'm a bit confused with all of this. I always thought that each game was its own story, always based around the same things. Each one has a different war, a different timeline, and all of that. I didn't know that they were all connected. So if you do know how they're connected, please let me know that in the comments, because I'm very confused. I always thought New Vegas was its own thing, Fallout 3 was its own thing, Fallout 4 was its own thing, 76 was its own thing. I always thought that there were different universes, but same worlds, if you know what I mean, same themes. So please let me know what I'm missing here. But according to Todd Howard, they did not retcon New Vegas in the TV show, and that there's nothing to be worried about. But please let me know how this all works out. Also, on the topic of Fallout, we will not be getting another Fallout game for quite some time. Todd Howard has come out and explained the roadmap of games. Right now, they are all in on Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield updates, which I think is a great place to be. I think Elder Scrolls really needs a lot of attention, and Starfield, it also needs quite a bit of attention, if I'm going to be honest. But we had heard about Elder Scrolls 6 so long ago, and I think it's finally time that we finally get some work on it. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think we're going to be seeing it before 2026 or 2027. Maybe we'll see like a trailer in 2025, but I don't think we'll see any actual gameplay till like 2026, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be gladly wrong. The sooner the better. I love Elder Scrolls games. However, Fallout 76 is getting quite a bit of attention from both devs and players, and me personally, I'm jumping into Fallout 4. I'm not too interested in Fallout 76, not really quite sure why it doesn't grab my attention, but I'm just not really interested in it, and I'm playing Fallout 4 instead. I do think I might make a video at least talking about it, not sure yet. Huge RPG announcement, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been announced. This is a widely beloved RPG. It's like a very hyper realistic RPG game based in the medieval times. I didn't play the first one, but the new one looks quite interesting, so I think I might dive into the new one when it comes out. The combat looks pretty good. Everything looks really interesting, so check that out if you haven't already. Another game that I'm super interested in, No Rest for the Wicked. It looks great. No Rest for the Wicked is like a Souls-like in a Diablo format. It's a top-down RPG with Souls-like combat, and the game looks gorgeous. I cannot wait to play it, and it just went into early access, so check that out. And another top-down game is Hades 2. It has been fully shown off by the developers. Hades 2, like I said, is another top-down game. It's a fast-paced roguelite game. Basically, you play until you get to a point where you die, and then you start over, and you build up your perks and your skills. You get further and further throughout the game, and they have infinite replayability. I've personally not played a single roguelike game except for the couple of minutes that I played Hades and the couple of minutes I played Dead Cells, but this looks really good. The combat looks super fluid. Now, the biggest story of this episode, PS5 Pro leaks. They are crazy, and it looks like the PS5 Pro is real. I have a lot to say. Now, there has been so many leaks and rumors about the PS5 Pro, and apparently the GPU is going to be at least 45% better than the current PS5. Now, there is also rumors of a proprietary upscaler called PSSR, which is like a console version of DLSS and FSR. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to simplify it real quick for you right now. FSR, or Fidelity Super Resolution, and DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, are upscaling technologies that basically run the game internally at a lower resolution, then uses AI and software to intelligently upscale the game to your preferred resolution. DLSS uses the GPU and AI, and FSR uses software. Now, I'm going to give you an example. If you're playing your game at 1440p and use DLSS, it can run the game around 1080p or lower depending on settings, and it will upscale that image back up to 1440p and giving you a higher frame rate at very little cost to image quality. FSR does the same thing. Now, Sony, they're going to be using their own version, and they're calling it PSSR, basically, which works the same as what we just discussed. Now, me personally, I don't want to dive too deep into leaks and rumors because they can be wrong. However, I think there's a lot of validity to what's been said and shown. My problem is I don't think we need a PS5. yet. See, right now, the current gen feels like it just got started. People are still struggling to get their hands on PS5s and games, and we are still seeing cross-gen games, PS5 and Series X games, also for PS4 and Xbox One. We haven't even tapped into the full potential of the systems we currently have, and I think it's a kick to the knee for people who just finally getting their hands on the systems, and oh wait, there's a new system. Damn, I just finally got this one. I think we should at least wait a year, another year, before we drop a pro system. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a businessman. I'm just a man on the internet. Now here's a story that I missed last week that I really want to give my opinion on. Ubisoft on March 31st turned servers off of the Crew 1. Now this makes playing online impossible. Now however, Ubisoft is Ubisoft. They began revoking licenses to the game from players and removing it from people's library. Now, remember when Ubisoft said, get used to not owning their games? Well, they freaking meant it. You can no longer own or play the Crew 1, and I think this business practice is gross and wildly anti-consumer. They didn't refund, they didn't do anything. They went ahead and took away a game that you purchased and probably bought DLC for and probably loved, and Ubisoft said, screw you, we're taking it away. Why, Ubisoft? I don't care what your reason is, you should not be taking games away from people. You cannot take a game that people purchased and remove it from their library, remove it from their ability to play it. Fine, shut off the servers, but to take the game away entirely, this is why always online games are a problem, because once they're not online anymore, they're dead, they're gone, they're useless. They're not worth anything because you can't freaking play them. I really hate it. Game preservation is so important. Last story of the episode, Dead Space 2 remake has been canceled. Dead Space remake, according to EA, did not sell to the standard they had set for the game. However, Dead Space remake was widely praised and many people loved the game, but I guess it just wasn't enough. Jason Schreier from Bloomberg clarified that this project was more of a sequel to Dead Space rather than a full-on remake of Dead Space 2, and that the project is supposedly on hold. However, I'm sure it's canceled. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, definitely slap a like on it. It helps out a ton, more than you know. And also, if you like this type of content, definitely subscribe. I'm really close to 1,400 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, this is another episode of V's Game Talk. I'm signing off. Have a good one.